Y'all, alright, so check this out. I have had numerous requests. I'm always wearing this in videos, and I don't want to look like I wear that all the time because that's my Bluetooth just to listen to. I don't like answer calls on it. But two things. I just had a visit from a great guy. This is Melvin from Chicago. Chicago says hi. Oh, says hi to everybody. And he was in town or passing through, decided to stop in and sing. That's probably a shitty position here. And that's awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Melvin. You rock. And I really appreciate it when we get visits from people who take time to come however far out of the way they had to come visit us. So, thanks for stopping by, Melvin. You rock. You're a cool dude.
Oh yeah, and Melvin is subscribed to a bunch of you guys too, so why don't y'all take this opportunity to give Melvin a shout out in the comments. What's up?
So, next on the agenda is, if you have not seen it, or if you have not, or if I haven't uploaded it yet, be prepared. My international guys who missed all the giveaways, y'all are about to get your chance. So, it may not be here right now, but I'm trying to get these videos uploaded at the same time, kinda, so it's going to be over here maybe. If not, I will provide a link in the description. But right now, one of my frequently asked questions is, did I like my Sparrows pick set? And what picks I use out of it? This question just popped up on this video that I just posted, my latest vacant property. I will again put a link right there for that if you haven't seen it. You know, that's kind of pointless because I put the link right here, like right, and I still got 10 minutes into this video, and you go and you click that link, and then you go watch that video, and you don't get to see the end of that video. So I don't quite get the point of that, but yeah, don't click it yet, but go check it out later. Cards are kind of silly for that purpose, you know? It's like you're telling somebody to get away from the video that you're watching right now to go watch another video, even though it's your video. So, I don't know. But, what was I talking about? Oh, picks. Let's talk about picks right here on the counter. Let's move this. So, competition pick set. I do not remember what all was in this competition pick set, so I will do some kind of magic with posting pictures here. So like this comes in this pick set, and then I ordered some of these. So picture and picture and picture. If you want more details, go to the Sparrows website. I had mentioned in my locksmith, I think, what was it called? A locksmith goes and buys fancy picks. I mentioned my immediate dislike for the case. It only grew worse, and now I do not use the case. This would be a great case, like it's made for, to, you know, stay somewhere, but that never worked out. I tried it, and then I even started thinking maybe I'll use it for drill bits. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a different purpose. But whatever the case is, as soon as this case goes from this angle to that angle, everything in it just blah. So I have since transitioned them into my pick kit. So let us see what I use. And let's talk about this one. Now, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know the exact proper names of them, but this is what I was using in the video yesterday. Dang it. I think I've had too many donuts today. This was the hook that I used in that vacant video, and then just this tension wrench, which I mentioned in the video, has become one that I've started using more and more. Surprisingly. I'm not sure why, but I have been. So, to answer question number 1, this was the pick that I used whichever one that is, and this was the tension tool. Compared to my normal, what I initially started to grab for was a quarter twist, and what I always in the past have grabbed for is a rake. This will function as a hook and a rake for me. I don't actually use this. I use this half and half. Rake, hook, 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 rake, rake, rake. The little thing right there makes a perfect little hook in my opinion. And my 2 1/4 twist, called 2 1/4 because obviously it's 2 1/4, and it's got a twist on one side and a straight on the other. We can see that I've modified this one to work in padlocks. And so back to the Sparrows. What I have used my Sparrows picks for is braking. They used to be from that kit. They used to be this triple or double or single or inverted or extroverted or whatever, but it broke. So I'm going to probably do nothing with that shim. Ideally, I'd like to do something with it. A really beauty short hook. So here are the picks out of that kit that made their way into my... Wait, no, that's probably not a good idea, is it? Come back out. Zoom out. Zoom out. We need a white surface. So, that's enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so that was what I used yesterday with that tension tool. This and this wide one, and I think this is called the best one, best snake rake. I don't like. I just don't like. Number one, because obviously one of them broke. Number two, they are really too much rake. It's just too much. While it has opened a couple of locks for me, not fun, not fun, not fun. I was thinking I would be fond of this one because of its similarity to the HPC, which it is very, very similar, but it is also very, very different in that, I don't know, why was this different? It just feels different. I think it's because of this bottom portion, or the angle maybe that it's at, but I will not use this one, but I will use, even though it's similar to that. So we're going to set this aside because that is not Sparrows. So we're going into our hooks. I have all of the hooks in here. I basically moved most of the picks out of that set. I'm going to put this angle-wise because I, again, just didn't want to use the set. And these are the tension wrenches that come with them that I have used. Okay, I think that's it. Yes, that is all I'm using in my kit. So my thoughts on the city rake. Not a fan. Still feels like just an awkward rake, even though it has worked a couple of times. The deep hook, I'm pretty scared of this one because it is, I don't know, I'm scared it's going to break, but definitely would be useful in an instance, but not really commonly. I mean, maybe on Baldwin, because Baldwin likes 2 and 9 together, so something like that may come in handy for. This is, I think, just their standard hook maybe, and it is bent. You can see I've used it. It's starting to get a swoop into it from this. So I fear that's going to break soon, but that also points out that I have used it more than a handful of times. So lastly, that leaves me with this one. This is what is this? The hybrid offset? Is that what they call that? That's my favorite. So far, that's my favorite hook. It's kind of like a diamondy hook. So I think this is the one that's the offset hybrid. Do I like it more than the HPC hook, which compare the two? Do I like it more? Yes, no, yes, no. I like them both about equally. I like the HPC hook. I like the handle on this one. I kind of like the steel's better. So I've started favoring this one over my HPC hook. However, if I was going to purchase only 2 picks from Sparrows, which that's really hard to do. Oh yeah, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick. The turning tools that I got. These. Oh, and there's a couple more of the regular turning tools. But these things, what is my opinion on these things? I don't like them, guys. These were the 40,000s. I ordered this literally like 3 weeks before they came out with the 50,000s. These are just too thin to use in top of the keyway. Do I have a lock in the house? Do I have a lock in the house? I do have a lock in the house. It's just too thin. I don't like how it feels. Now, of course, it has to be thin because there was also these combination deals with the absolutely useless hook rakes. I'm deathly afraid of those. Of course, that's for padlocks. Going back to the top of the keyway, I know there's a 50,000s out, and I'm going to try them. I've never really top of the keywayed. When I do top of the keyway, I top of the keyway with my 2 1/4 twist, just like that. So I've never used a dedicated top of the keyway wrench before receiving these, but useless. The manta part, the tubular part, I have gotten one lock open with it, so it did pay for that. It did pay for all of it in the charge it cost for me to open the lock. It's kind of a novelty, you know. I've got the impressioning type tools for most. Neat to have, you know, but not something that is really necessary in case you run up on, unless you run up on tubular locks all the time. I guess it would be a cheap alternative to getting a impressioning tool, because those are expensive, and this is a lot cheaper. But I have found with that it way totally blocks. You go and you hook it in. Wait a minute. You go and you hook it in. Here it doesn't even grab. Am I even doing this right? It's not grabbing because the keyway is messed up there. So yeah, it goes this way, and then it's supposed to grab. So here it doesn't even grab on this particular lock, and even when it does, it grabs right there, which is right in line with 1, 2, 3, 4th pin. So it makes it really hard to manipulate 3 and 4 pins. Not fond of that. And the comb picks, I'm not even going to go there. Totally pointless. I'm actually kind of scared of them because I know that it'll probably get jammed up in the lock and will require, obviously on those, you just cut them or grind them off because they're cheap locks. So I have never will give up my 2 main HPC picks because they're just, you know, available from our distributors, easily gotten. If I was going to choose 2 picks, I'd choose this one. I'd choose 2 of these. And the set of turning wrenches. But the hooks are neat. I can see uses for all of them. City rake, yeah, 50-50. I just don't like it. I don't like it a lot. And then going back to all these other fancy little wave rakes, not fun, not a fan. So if I was just going to carry one of these, it would be this hybrid and maybe the hook. And if I had to get a rake, I'd probably get the city rake and this one. So here we go. If I only were going to get 4 picks, it would be the offset hybrid, the short hook, the snake rake, and the city rake. And the deep hook would be handy in some cases. You gotta have tension wrenches, but you can make these out of literally any wire that you find. But lastly, what was the biggest fail on my part was the case. So I'll find something to do with that, but in the meantime, it's just gathering dust. I am, however, I'm saving now. I got a little shopping list going for, got a shopping list going for Sparrows, which is going to be the 50,000s top of the keyway. And I want to get one of their little gem deals because that would come in handy. And I've thought about a couple other things. What was it? The Molly compatible pick kit pouch, because several of my bags have Molly on them. So I'm thinking about getting one of those to put on there. And there were a couple like odd and end picks, those big ones like the Medusas and all that. I don't really think I'm into that. I may try one, but I don't know. I'm fine with that. No, keep it simple, stupid, right? Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully that answers your questions on which picks were my favorite out of that video. Now, it's the end of this video, so now go click on that video if you missed it to understand what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great weekend, and we will catch you next time. Peace!